till very recently, scientists also, some scientists, but especially the religious leaders, thought that organic evolution is a myth. And in fact, Charles Darwin really faced lot of problems for his theory. But then slowly it happened that people understood that it is not a myth. The argument of people who were against this theory was that if actually organic evolution has taken place, and if we had our forefathers like that of chimpanzees or monkeys, then why don't we see it today? We have not seen any monkey changing into a human being, or we have not seen any reptile suddenly developing wings and flying away. Then how can we say that organic evolution has taken place? On one hand, we say science is seeing and believing. On the other hand, we are putting forward a hypothesis which has only indirect evidences. To this, the answer is that evolution takes place through stages. It does not happen suddenly. Secondly, it is a very slow process spread over millions of years, and human life is not so long that we can really see. Of course, now with scientific experiments, we have seen changes. We have been even able to make a DNA molecule. That is another story which we will take some other time. Now coming back to evolution by stages. Different body parts show different evolutionary tendencies. Let us take the case of eyes. There are many organisms that have eyes, right? Insects have eyes, octopus has eyes, fishes, reptiles, amphibians, mammals all have eyes. We will put it as vertebrates. In the case of insects, the eyes are compound, which means many small eyes together make one eye. So the image is also mosaic, a broken image, because each small eye makes its own image, which combined together form one full image. Such an image is called a mosaic image. In octopus, the eyes are developed but not so well developed. Even among vertebrates, the complexity of eyes is different. For example, we see that early man had vision, had eyes, but it was not able to give the three-dimensional effect. Color vision was not there. These are the things that developed much later. So actually the evolution takes place by stages. Even in the case of heart, what we find that in the fishes, the heart is two-chambered. So the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood gets mixed up. In case of reptiles, the atrium divides into two. So there is two atria and one ventricle, three chambers. In reptiles, we see a partial division even in the ventricle, while in the case of mammals and birds, we know heart is four-chambered. Brain also shows development through stages. The brain of fish is small and not so well developed as compared to mammals. And among mammals also, in the case of human beings, the brain is more developed. So we can say that evolution takes place by stages. Now coming to the human evolution. So what we found that among human beings also there are different races. You know, this term was used in ancient times when we thought that there were different type of human beings and they were termed as races. Today we don't believe in this, or at least that's not the right way of thinking. Depending upon this color of the skin, human beings were divided as white, yellow, black or brown race. And how this happened? Probably due to traveling. This is how the human beings started moving from Africa to other parts of the world. And it's not as if they just went in a linear way. They went, came back, spread out in all directions, went to America, went to Eurasia and so on. And due to again natural selection and genetic drift, the evolution kept on taking place and different type of human beings. I will not say different type of human beings, but human beings with some variations developed. The proof for evolution through stages also comes through the scientists, and not only the scientists, the farmers' experiments. Like there is a plant cabbage, the wild cabbage. Now this plant has been really experimented with. The farmers selected the cabbage for close leaves, and what they developed was the cabbage. Then one selection was done for arrested flowers, and this gave rise to broccoli. And what happens in cauliflower? The flowers are sterile. Not only this, there are some loose leaves variety also, and that is called kale. And sometimes the parts are swollen when it is called kohlrabi. So through selection from one wild cabbage, so many different type of cabbages have been evolved. So if this, of course, we did it, human beings did it, but this must be happening in nature also, and that is how the diversity is created. Once again, through genetic drift and natural selection, or now even the man's selection, we have been able to get so much of diversity, and that's what is organic evolution.